Well, more disappointing news today as it continues on. Man, we're in for quite the day today, Scott. Payday 3 sales and engagement significantly lower than dev wants. Ryan Dinsdale over to IGN. Payday 3 developer Starbreeze Entertainment has admitted that the heist shooter is performing significantly lower than it would like in both sales and player engagement. As reported by game developer, Starbreeze admitted to the struggle in its latest financial earnings. Quote, Payday 3 sales and player activity are currently at a significantly lower levels than we would like. End quote, it said. Improving Payday 3 will be its, quote, biggest focus and absolutely priority. End quote. That's a weird phrasing. Going forward as it attempts to, quote, ensure that the game lives up to expectations. End quote. Starbreeze appeared hopeful about the future, however. Quote, there are many examples from the game industry where a problematic initial time on the market is turned into a long-term success. End quote. It said, dude, that is not a good way to go. Like, I'm sorry, but yeah, our game sucks right now, but it's okay. We've seen it in the past, the people come back. And granted, it has, like, Cyberpunk.
That is true.
Right? No Man's Sky. We've seen the fall of the game to then be at the peak of opportunity. And that's okay to think. But again, right, dude, it's one of those, it's one of those, that's a thought that keeps in your head. They go, okay, we can fix this, right? We can fix this. Let's not say this though. Man, who did, oh, dude, I'm telling you, I am wound up this morning because things are going down and I don't like how things are happening this morning. Quote, there is no simple recipe available, but a common thread from the positive examples is that to take players' criticism to heart, dare to support your game, and keeping an open and honest dialogue with the stakeholders. That is exactly where we are now doing with Payday 3. End quote. Right there. Take the players' criticism to heart. Dare to support your game. Fantastic. Right there. Support the game. Fix it. But don't say, yeah, we've seen this happen before. We should be okay. I'm like, man, oh man. Why?
Yeah, you can't just say that you're going to have your redemption arc without having a redemption arc. And you're not CD Projekt Red, so good luck.
Well, yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, Payday 3 came out with problems, right? Dude, we all tried to jump in day one. It didn't happen. I don't know a game lately that drops on day one that actually works the way it's supposed to, and I understand that. However, this led to a barrage of issues from week to week to week. And that opening day is your install base. You know what happens? You get Helldivers 2 on a good launch, right? That's what happens. Payday 3 had a horrible, horrible launch. And there was just one issue after another. Connection issues, can't partner up with friends, the invite system. We reviewed the game. You can check out our full review over on our site, InsideTheGame.ca, over on our YouTube channel, Inside the Game Official. It's all there for you, right? You can also go to our TV shows. You can find it somewhere. We talked about it. But it had issues, right? And that day one launch for a games as service, right? Payday 3 is set up to be this games as service model where you can keep the lights on. And if it came out swinging the right way, we'd still be playing, Scott.
Absolutely. I think this is actually a similar issue to CD Projekt Red, and the idea that Payday 2 was just so big that I think Starbreeze thought, well, we can never really fail. We'll slap something together, we'll fix it up later, and that just doesn't work. Not in today's marketplace. When did this game even come out? I'm struggling to remember. I want to say it was September, October.
October, it says here. So Payday 3's launch was plagued with server issues that forced Starbreeze CEO Tobias to apologize. Quote, we are sorry that the infrastructure didn't hold up as expected. And although it's impossible to prepare for every scenario, we should be able to do better. End quote. He said, I appreciate the apology. He was there, right? Came out front and said, yeah, no, this doesn't work. We are really sorry. That internally to the studio, dude, is the biggest gut punch in the world, though, right? Players can't get on to play your game. That is a problem. That is a massive, massive problem. Almost a month after its launch, and Starbreeze apologized again for its lack of communication, and then just a week later said sorry one more time for not delivering a promised patch and again going quiet. It said in January 2024, it was, quote, well aware, end quote, fans weren't satisfied. January 2024, Scott, last month they're still having issues. Starbreeze boosted. Payday 3 had 3.1 million players as of October 2nd, but this number has dwindled, at least on Steam, as many more players are currently playing Payday 2 than its sequel. According to Steam DB, Payday 3 has a 24-hour peak of just 302, compared to Payday 2's 29,785, despite the latter launching over a decade ago, Scott.
Holy.
Woo!
No, I think that's pretty, the writing's on the walls for Payday 3. That's insane. We're 4 or 5 months since release date now, and I don't think it's coming back. I think that the window for fixing up is starting to pass, if it hasn't passed already. Yep. 302 people on a 24-hour peak. I think there's more people playing Wacky Wheels right now.
For a games of service model, right? Like that's the biggest issue. It's a games of service. So this launched in September 21, 2023. So September was here's the again, one of the other issues, Scott. September last year, dude, it was on fire. It was hot, right? Helldivers 2 comes out in a quiet month. Man, what else are you playing right now? There's a couple things we're working on and a couple things coming up at the end of the month to get excited for. There's a lot happening in February for the most part, but when they launched, dude, it's like a bit of a quiet zone, right?
Yeah, some crickets that week.
Payday 3 comes up against Xbox's biggest game ever, Starfield. You had Mortal Kombat. Dude, you had bang, 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 bang. Just so many heavy-hitting games. And then Payday 3. Payday 2... I hit my mic. I always do that. Payday 2 has a huge install base. And it's still keeping the lights on for the studio because Payday 3 at 302 players is a massive, massive problem. I don't know if they can fix it. Dude, to say that you can... We've seen people do this before. Like, that is not an approach you would take to launching a new game. We come out, we're going to flop our launch, and then we're going to fix it. Nope.
No, that's not the way you're supposed to do it. That's not good business. Not in any means.
Now, granted, I really hope Starbreeze can fix it. I think Starbreeze is a very talented studio. I think they have a unique IP in the world of Payday, and I think there's opportunities. But can they fix a 302 player count? Man, when you're...
Is anybody going to come back? Does anybody even care to listen to them apologize a fourth time? It doesn't mean anything anymore. It seems like Payday 3 should have been in the oven another 4 or 5, 8 months. Get it past all those big release windows, and it would have stood better on its own server base.
Let me ask you this: instead of Payday 3, what if we just got Payday 2's upgrade?
Oh, I'm afraid of that now because the way Blizzard handled Overwatch.
Well, okay, but Overwatch.
That.
Granted, Overwatch went from Overwatch 1 to Overwatch 2 and shut down Overwatch 1, right? That was Blizzard being dumb. Payday 2 is still going. Over a decade, has 30,000 people still playing Payday 2. That is incredible. But what if, instead of giving us Payday 3, they just upgraded it, right?
Just bring more content.
Just bring more content, another story arc, bring back the original cast. You know, like there's so many other things that they could do and play off of instead of, right? This games of service. I've been talking to a couple people about PUBG because we're heavily involved in the world of PUBG right now, which is odd, but I'm loving it at the same time, right? But each time we jump in, I'm like, man, if this just had an Unreal Engine 5 update, like, dang, where would that be? Or where would that take PUBG to that next level, right? So there is that side of it too. How, dude, every time we're in there, man, we don't wait long and there's a match going. Now, granted, there are some bots in here as well, right? But they, for the most part, dude, there's players. There are a player count right now in the world of PUBG. And it's great to see that this game has been around for so long, is still going relatively strong. But when you give us that, and I was talking to my buddy Kyle last night, he's like, I'm just waiting for that Unreal Engine 5 update. And then, dude, he will be back.
I don't think that's how it works, though. I don't think you can just update something to another engine. An engine is what it's created in.
Yeah. Oh, dude, it's an overhaul. It's not just an update. It's an overhaul.
Yeah.
Right? So when you talk about, I was talking to him as well, but Hunt is about to go next gen only, and they're overhauling the engine. So all of a sudden now
that's a new situation to me.
Yeah, that split player base is about to get overhauled. I wonder if they would have done that with Payday 2 to Payday 3, just called it Payday's upgrade, Payday's expansion, Payday whatever. We're overhauling the engine. Keep what you're already playing and loving, but now we're adding more content, right? The game's a service. Instead of now splitting your player base with Payday 2 and Payday 3, dude, your player base is already founded on Payday 2 or Payday 2. So why don't you expand off of that? I don't know. We'll see what the future holds. Payday 3, Starbreeze. I hope they're able to fix this because, dude, I really would like to come back and play.
I'm curious enough that I'll try it out.